Hey everyone, and welcome to the mat. This practice is intended as a morning practice, and here in Australia it is winter. We have the solstice today, the shortest day of the year. We're finally moving into winter. It's all rainy and cold, so as you see, I'm roped up. So feel free to be in something cozy. You're at home, get comfortable. And we will be moving in a way that I feel is really nourishing for the body. So warming up all the joints, creating that little bit of heat without working too hard, and then a space for rest as well, because it's winter. So while the earth is winding down, so are we, but it is nice to have that bit of heat in the body and get the warmth going so that we can enjoy that rest, because obviously it's hard to rest if we are cold. So get cozy. You can still do this if you're not in a cold place. Obviously it's still a nice flow, and it would be appropriate for non-morning practice as well, but probably not evening, because as I said, it's a bit heat creating. So when you're ready, set your space, get comfy, and we'll come down onto our backs. Just allowing yourself a moment to arrive. Find length through your spine. That may mean you need to wriggle it out or movement of some kind. Just finding length. Maybe a little rock of the knees, or lift the hips and roll them down. Movement through the head. Whatever it is that you need, so that we can settle into the body. And allow your attention to drop into your breath. Noticing that flow of breath. Maybe starting to lengthen the inhales and lengthen the exhale. Becoming aware of the space you're taking up. Becoming aware of how you're feeling physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever's there, just noticing. Preparing the body and the mind for our practice. When we're ready, we'll start with some gentle movement through the legs. Take the feet to the floor if they're not already, and mat distance apart. We'll begin to just gently sway left to right, right to left. Trying to match our breath to the movement. Noticing what sensations are there. If you need to pause, feel free. There's some tight, sticky spots in the body. We will settle into stillness on both sides eventually. So if we can, we're just working out anything that's there. And it can be quite, the movement can go up through the body as well. If you really just wanted to roll around a little and lift the hips, that's okay as well. Just our intention is always to feel into the body and move in a way that's going to feel good for you. When you're ready, we'll let the knees settle down to the right. Maybe taking the gaze over to the left away from the knees. Adjusting however you need, so that we can find a moment to pause. Today, I'm enjoying my hands resting on my body, but if you want them out to the side or up above the head, that option's there. Breathe in. Breathe out. With our breath, we come up and over to the left. Maybe we switch the gaze, shuffle through the upper body, allowing the body to rest. And we gently come back to center. Bringing the right knee into the chest, the left leg can go long. Arms are active here, those shoulders are down on the ground, the back of the neck is long, arms are active. Check in with the hips, the pelvis, that we are neutral here, or how we're feeling. That energy through the belly. Check in with yourself. And we'll begin some circles with that right knee. You can absolutely have the hand there for some guidance. It's first thing in the morning, so we might be struggling to feel connected with the body. Our muscles might struggle to wake up. So that hand can be there for some guidance. Maybe we can take them a little wider and release the hand. There's no right or wrong. You tune into what your body needs, and we'll gently change direction of those circles. Breathing here, just noticing all those sensations through the body. And we gently bring that knee back into the chest. Breathe and melt the shoulders down. Take the right leg long, release down into the mat. We'll bring the left leg in, into the chest to begin with. Just hang out here for a moment. And when we're ready, circles with the hips, or the leg from the hip. As big or small as you like. And as I said, I'm really in tune this morning with hands on the body, having that little extra bit of connection. So just really moving in a way that feels right for you. Change direction of those circles. Linking the breath to the movement, or the movement to the breath rather. Breathing first, moving with the breath. And we gently settle back in with the knee to chest. Perhaps noticing that there's a little bit more space after some movement, particularly if this is your first round of movement for the morning. And then bring both knees in and begin to guide them open towards your underarms. Perhaps we're happy here with the hands on the knees. Maybe we reach through, grab the feet or the ankles or the calves, or you get a strap, and we can work to deepen that hip opener. But it's not a race, it's not a competition. You choose to be in the position that suits how your body needs to be this morning. Breathe here. Connect in with that flow of breath. Melt the shoulders. Find space on the inhale. Release on the exhale. One more round of breath. And we let go with control. Take both legs, long arms above the head, and a big stretch. Feel that energy, that length through the body. And release it all out. And then come all the way up and over to our hands and knees. So coming up, take your time. Allow there to be some, release, get into the body, take your time. It's not a normal transition for our yoga practice, but just coming all the way up onto our hands and knees and taking that time to feel into the body. Spread the fingers, ground down through into the earth. Feel that connection to the belly. And when you're ready, starting to move the spine in a way that feels intuitive for you. You could start in that cat-cow motion, or maybe there's something else that you would like to move straight into. Maybe you just want to stretch a little here and a little there. Just taking the time to wake up through the spine. Circling the hips or barrel rolls, whatever, a little bit of everything. Particularly if you are waking up, spinal movement is wonderful throughout the day, but maybe we just need that time in the morning just to be a little gentle with ourselves and take things slowly and perhaps not expect too much. Just beginning to wake up the body. Okay, when that feels complete, we come back to center. Let's tuck the left toes, take the leg back, and begin to just press our weight back, opening up through the back line of the body. Keep that energy through the hands, that lifted sensation there. Connect in with your center. And breathe. Shifting the weight back forward, lift that leg and take it over to the right. So the leg is still extended. Breathing here and begin to drop that left knee down towards the ground, releasing the foot. If this is a lot for the hips, you can keep the legs together and then walk the hands over to the left. Otherwise, we're here. And then beginning to press our weight back into the hips. And as we shift our weight forward, perhaps that knee comes back off the ground. And we shift back into that right hip, finding length through the left side of the body. And as we come forward, perhaps a little over the wrist, warming up there, that leg lengthens again. So feeling here how it is that you can nourish your body today. You can listen and tune in and just really begin to find that movement, shift that sleepy energy and wake up the body. Find that connection here. Of course, if it's too much to have that leg across the body, you can still do this same sweeping motion here. Few more rounds and we'll shift Okay. We'll settle first, pressing back into those hips. Just find space. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Maybe you close down your eyes and really take your attention inward and notice how and where you're feeling through this shape. As we shift our weight forward back to center, we lift that leg and take it all the way out to the left. I'm going to shift myself so that you can see, but you stay however, wherever you are on your mat. So we're here in this position and we can begin to shift the hips back. So a little floss through the hips, shifting back and forth. Doesn't matter how slow you're going, maybe you do 2. If we're feeling really tight and sleepy, maybe you've got a bit more momentum. It's all good. Okay. We're going to meet back in stillness. Connect into the belly. That left hand's going to come a little bit more center, so it's under face to help support the body on one hand. And then that right hand's going to open up to the right. If this is a lot for the morning, bring that hand down to the shoulder. Takes a little bit of pressure off that upper body. Otherwise, we're somewhere, maybe we're even here. But just exploring that movement, you can have some wriggles through the hands, have that connection with the belly. Maybe it's okay to look up to the fingers. Breathing here. And then we're going to sweep down, hand coming down. We're going as low as we can, that we can open back up. So we're going to flow here. Just being really gentle with the movement. Maybe it's not your maximum flexibility, mobility, but we're just taking our practice for what it is. All this flossing out motion really helps us to open up and warm up through the body so that we can sink into some stillness. This will be our last one. Lift, and we're going to lower all the way down to our threading the needle. So hand sweeps under and hips stay high if we can. If this is too much on the leg, maybe you bend the knee, you just come into a puppy. Otherwise, we've still got that leg extended. Maybe that top hand just rests down. Maybe it comes up above the ear. Maybe wrapping around to that right hip. Breathing here. Active through this extended leg. Kneecaps up and in. We've got all that energy and awareness in the body. Remembering at any point you can bring that leg back into our puppy or even a child's pose and still do the same twist there. Oh, kitty. And then top hand release from wherever it is. We press down into the mat and come all the way up. Bring that leg back in. So we're back in our tabletop and just release. Maybe a little left to right with the hips, maybe some circles, cat-cows, just whatever it is that you need to bring that body back into alignment. And then we just pause in our tabletop and just notice how we're feeling. Notice the left side. Notice the right side. Feel that openness that we've started to create in the body. Feel that connection to the breath, perhaps that energy, that heat in areas of the body that might be there. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So tuck the right toes, take them back. Begin to press that weight back. Really active through the front of the body so that we can open through the back line. And when we're ready, we scooch forward, back, shoulders over wrists, and we take that leg all the way over to the left. Find that space through the right side of the body. And when you're ready, we drop that knee down, meets the mat. We press back to the left hip. And as we shift our weight forward, perhaps that leg finds that length again. Flow here. Knowing that it's perfectly fine to modify and keep the knees in that tabletop alignment. Few more here. We pause with the hips reaching back. And we scooch ourselves forward. Extend, almost got extend that leg all the way out to the right. So pressing out into the outer edge of that foot. We can begin to shift back and forth here. And it might be just this. Nothing wrong with being just a little rock. Maybe we have the space to go all the way back. There's no point in rushing the body into something that it's not ready for, and that may be just the time of the day or just your practice in general. We want to meet our body where it is at the time that we are practicing. The last one, and we meet back over the wrists. Right hand comes center to help support us. Left hand's going to open up. Now I've got less room on this side, but that's okay. We go to where we go, and then we sweep it under. And we open. And we feel, and we connect. This will be our last lift. And we sink all the way under. Maybe you take a softer variation this round. Listen in. Tune in. Top end presses us up. We lift back up onto the hands and gently bring that leg in. Little bit of release. Walk those hands forward, tuck the toes. Let's begin to lift the hips and come into our first downward dog of the day, of our practice. And just really allow yourself a bit of time here to open up through the back line of the body, to feel the connection to where we need to be engaged. And you can wriggle and move as much as you like to find that. We all meet in stillness. And gently we bring those knees down to the mat. I like to take it really slow and just help engage that front line of the body. Bring the forearms down to the ground. Step the feet back, lower the hips down into our cobra. So opening the chest, finding space through the front line of the body here. A little rock through the hips if it suits you. Maybe movement through the neck, breathing and connecting. Okay, we can stay in our cobra if that stay in our sphinx if we're happy here, and if our back is feeling like this is enough. We can melt the upper body down, press the hands down into the floor, and begin to lift up into our cobra. It doesn't have to be a full one the whole way. We're going to flow here. So we roll up, find the length that we have in the time we lift, and we lower down. And maybe as we move, we create and we find that little bit more space, have that connection to the abdominals. We want our bellies nice and active here. And if this is too much and you've stayed in the sphinx, we can lift and lower here too. So just listening and honoring the body for what it needs on the mat today. And our last one, we're going to stay lifted, really feel that energy through the front line of the body, maybe a little wriggle through the hips. This, I get so tight through the psoas, the front of those hips there. This is a really nice little opener. And we melt all the way down. Bringing the hands, stack them, place the head down. Just taking the feet to the sky here. Little shift left to right with the feet. Bring the breath back to an even pace. And find center. Lengthen the legs. Allow the body to be heavy. Releasing down into the mat. The last little bit of practice before we settle into some rest is to make our way back into that sensation of rest. Let's bring that right leg up in line, or the knee in line with the hip. Melt the head back down. Connect in with that space that we are creating. Connect in with the hips. Seeing if we can even them out here. Maybe we stay with the head down. Maybe we come up into that little back bend. Again, so on our forearms, perhaps on the hands. Have that connection with the belly and really listen and tune in. Maybe this is too much and we drop it back. Open the chest wherever you are, the shoulders pull back. And we melt down if we're lifted. And bring that knee back in line. Pause here. Notice the left side. Notice the right side. And then we bring the left leg up. Knee in line with the hip. Melting down. Checking in. Perhaps exploring that lift, connection to the belly, to the chest, the heart. Find space through the body. We melt ourselves down. Take that leg back with awareness. Pause for a round of breath. And we'll slowly take ourselves back onto our backs. However you get there, hug the knees into the chest. Perhaps a little rock from side to side. You can take that reverse sort of child's pose where we reach through and grab the ankles again if you like. You can make circles with your knees, whatever it is that you just need to release through the lower back or wherever else. We settle into stillness, hug those knees into the chest. Maybe lift the head, create a nice little ball, feel that energy through the body. And we melt ourselves down. Finding your final position of rest. It could be traditional, legs long. I'm going to take my feet to the floor today. Knees are going to fall in. Any last little bits of movement that you need. And then let go of any effort through the body. Let go any effort in the breath. And just allow yourself to come back into your space, into your body. Noticing how we're feeling. Is there more space in the body? Do you feel more connected to your physical body? Do you feel more energized? Do you feel a sense of ease through the body? Just noticing what's there. Maybe there's some still tight niggly spots that you need to focus on, seeing if we can release. Dropping your awareness into your breath for a moment, or a few moments. And we're not controlling the breath as we're not controlling the body. We're just allowing everything to be. Letting our breath be the anchor for our thoughts as our mind is trying to rush off for the rest of the day's to-do list. Seeing if you can stay here a little bit longer. Allow that last little bit of nourishment for yourself. Just to be. And gently, when you're ready, bringing your awareness back to your breath and bringing some more energy into those inhales. Breathing deeply, beginning to energize through the body. And inviting movement, coming back into the physical body. Maybe legs go long again and arms overhead for a big stretch. When you're ready to come up, we roll over to our sides and all the way up to a comfortable seat to finish off our practice before we move into the day. And we find length through our spine. And bring the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the floor. Feeling grounded, feeling open, connected to your body as you move through the rest of your day. Hands together at the heart. Thank you so much for joining in and practicing with me today. I hope that you are feeling more connected to yourself and ready to tackle the day. Thank you so much. Enjoy this beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Thank you.